everyone, today I'm here to show you guys my favorite beauty products of 2013. This time it is all about eye products, and there's a lot of really great things that I discovered this year. I'm just going to cover everything from eyeshadows, mascaras, eyeliners, brow products, eyelash curlers, everything that I feel has to do with the eyes as far as makeup goes. Alright, so let's just get started. I'm going to start with the very basic thing, which is an eyeshadow primer. Definitely my favorite and the winner for this year is the Nars Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is the one that I have used most out of the entire year. I'm pretty much out of this stuff. I purchased it sometime at the end of last year, at the end of 2012, and just all through 2013 I have been sticking to this. This is my go-to eyeshadow primer. It's what I use whenever I'm traveling. I am wearing it today, not that you can really tell, but it's just a really nice clear eyeshadow primer. I really like the doe foot applicator. Some people do, some people don't. I really like it because I find that it helps the product not to settle so much in the tube, and it's just really good, and it's definitely worth the money. I don't have a drugstore favorite for an eyeshadow primer. I really haven't found anything that I love enough to really tell you guys about and feel like, yes, this is amazing, you need to go pick it up. But some honorable mentions are the Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer and the BareMinerals Prime Time. I have loved both of these this year too and recommend them to you guys as well. Let's move on to some eyelash curlers. My favorite drugstore one of the year is definitely the Revlon eyelash curler. This is a super cheap eyelash curler. I love it because the shape of it is nice and rounded, and it just fits my eye shape very well. I also like how it opens up super wide and just really gives your eyelashes a nice curl, and for the $3 or $4 that it is, I think that it's really nice. My favorite high-end one this year has been the Tweezerman eyelash curler. Now this doesn't open near as much. You can kind of see here if I was to compare the two. You can kind of see this is the Revlon one here, and this is the Tweezerman one. This one definitely opens a lot more. The shape of it is a little bit different. It's not as rounded as the Revlon one. The Revlon one definitely curls in a little bit more, or curves in a little bit more, I should say. But I really like the way that this one curls my eyelashes. This definitely curls your eyelashes a little bit better than this one. It gives them more of a defined curl, but I still think that this one is great for the money. And if you're wanting something cheaper, definitely go for the Revlon one. But if you're wanting something that will really curl your eyelashes and make them really stand out, the Tweezerman one is awesome and has been my favorite high-end one for the year. Time to move on to eyeshadows. I'm going to start with cream eyeshadow. And the best drugstore cream eyeshadow formulation for me this year was the Maybelline Color Tattoos. I'm sure these are going to be mentioned in tons of different yearly favorites videos this year just because these are so amazing. My two favorites for the year have been Toughest Taupe and Matte Brown. Toughest Taupe is one that I've used a lot this year. It's starting to dry up a little bit on the sides, but it's kind of like a go-to for me because I can wear this all over the lid and it's just really pretty. You can see here it's just a nice sort of elephant gray color. I just really like the way it looks. And then Matte Brown is one that sort of snuck in at the end of the year and has been, oh my gosh, I just can't even describe how much I love this color, and surprisingly how much I love this color because it's kind of boring, you know. It really is just a matte brown, but on my skin tone and on my eyes I just find that it really pops and it looks gorgeous. And I did a whole everyday makeup tutorial using this color, and I just love the way it looks. So there's Matte Brown, and then there's the Toughest Taupe. Both amazing matte creamy shades that really wear a super long time, and if you can get your hand on the Matte Brown, definitely go for it because it is limited edition. The Toughest Taupe one is just a beautiful everyday. If you like your cooler tone eyeshadows, you would really like this one. They're just beautiful colors, and the formulation on the Color Tattoos is amazing. For my favorite high-end cream eyeshadow formulation, it has been the Makeup Forever Aqua creams. This one in particular I really love. This is number 8. I've mentioned this in tons of different favorites videos throughout the year. This is a beautiful lilac shade. I'm wearing it on my lid right now. It's just so stunning. Perfect for the springtime, perfect for the summer. It's just a really pretty sort of icy lavender shade, and I just love how blendable these are. You can also use them on the face or on the lips. Some are specially formulated for the lips or for the cheeks. Those are like the really intense red ones, but I just love how creamy and how nice they are. So I just put a little swatch of that on the back of my hand. They blend in super well. They last for an extremely long time, and they're sort of a different formulation because they really dry down and they don't dry tacky. The Maybelline Color Tattoos definitely stay a little bit tacky for some time, but once you blend this in, it will dry within like 10 seconds, and then it's not tacky anymore. It just creates a really nice base. So I really like this for like exceptionally long wear cream shadows, and it's been my favorite for the year as far as high-end goes. Let's move on to some powder shadows. My favorite drugstore powder singles of the year have been the NYX Nude Matte Shadows, and this was really, really hard for me to narrow down. I had to do a lot of intense deliberation to sort through all my drugstore shadows that I love throughout the year and pick these, because there's just been a lot that I really love this year, but these just stand out. I love the formulation of them. They're really creamy and really smooth. I love the fact that they are matte because I am a matte eyeshadow lover. And so this one here is Get Naked. This is a beautiful mustardy brown type of shade. Really, really pretty. And as you can see, the pigmentation on it is really nice and it's super creamy. This one here is Haywire, and this is a really pretty sort of dirty plum shade. Again, that pigmentation is just incredible. And now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, I just want to put it all over my eyelid because I love this shade. And then the last one that I have here is called Confession, and this kind of reminds me a little bit of MAC's Bottle Green. It's like a dirty green color, so I really, really love all of these, and honestly, I wish I could just own the entire line because they are so nice. I love the packaging. They kind of remind me of MAC eyeshadows almost, and they're really cheap. So if you're looking for good matte single eyeshadows from the drugstore, definitely try the NYX Nude Matte ones because they are awesome. Moving on to my favorite high-end eyeshadows. Again, this took me absolutely forever to narrow down, and I had to consider what I used a lot this year, which honestly, if I had to go for that, it would probably be either the Lorac eyeshadows from the Pro palette or the Urban Decay shadows from like the Naked 2, all that good stuff. But I also had to think of quality-wise what kind of just blew my mind this year and what are just a formulation that I absolutely adore. And for that, I have to go with the BareMinerals Ready Eyeshadows. These just show up every single high-end eyeshadow formulation I have ever tried. I mean, there is just nothing that I feel compares to these. These are so creamy and so pigmented. These here are two palettes that I got at the very beginning of the year. This one here is the Star Treatment, and then this one here is the Finer Things. And if I was to swatch some of these here from the Star Treatment, this is a beautiful like mustardy yellow shade. This is called Connoisseur. Oh my gosh, so pretty. And I mean, I'm barely touching these eyeshadows. This one here is Bragging Rights. That's such a pretty shade. I just want to wear it right now. And then this one over here called Ritzy. Oh my gosh, like I barely touched the shadow and you get that super intense pigmentation. They're just absolutely amazing, and I have yet to try a BareMinerals eyeshadow or swatch a BareMinerals eyeshadow that has disappointed me. They're always just creamy and smooth and pigmented, and with some of the higher end brands out there, you can't say that about every single shadow. To me, there are duds within the Naked palettes, and there are duds within, you know, different high-end palettes that I own, and with these there is just not a dud in these palettes. And so for best high-end eyeshadow formulation, I definitely have to give it to the BareMinerals because, I mean, the swatches say everything. They're beautiful, they're intense, and they wear really nicely too. Finally, to wrap up the eyeshadow category here, I have my favorite high-end and my favorite drugstore eyeshadow palette. I'm going to start with my favorite high-end palette because this has been my favorite palette out of the entire year. This is the Too Faced Boudoir Eyes palette. I have raved and raved and raved about this all year. I don't think I could express my love for it anymore. You guys are probably sick of me talking about this palette, but honestly, it's just, it was made for me, I feel like, because it's a beautiful array of cool tone taupes and plums, which those are my favorite colors, and I just love this palette. Every single time I've traveled this year, this has gone with me, without a doubt. I can create tons of looks with this palette. I'm wearing it today. I have the shade called Lap Dance on my lid over that Aqua cream. I have Garter Belt sort of blended into the crease just to sort of smoke out the look a little bit. And then Voulez-Vous just sort of in my outer V and then in the buff as a highlight. So I really, really, really enjoy this palette, you guys. And if you are a taupe lover, if you like your smoky plums, if you like bedroomy eyes, sort of everyday smoky eyeshadow looks, you have to pick up this palette. I also love the packaging. It's small, it's compact, perfect to travel with, and the magnetic closure on it is really nice, and I love how it's kind of like this tin case so it feels nice and sturdy. Love this palette. And then for my favorite drugstore eyeshadow palette, this probably isn't a big surprise either. This is the Maybelline Sunbake Neutrals palette. This is a palette that has 8 different colors in it, all of which are pretty nice and neutral. You have sort of these pops of green here on the side that add a little bit more color color to your look, and then also like these intense sort of coppery shades. But these matte browns in this palette are absolutely stunning. I absolutely just love the matte browns. And then the greens are also my favorite because they just add a nice sort of everyday color to your look. And I just think that this is an amazing palette. The colors in here are super pigmented. Here's a swatch of that dark brown. Here's a swatch of that dark green. I have a holiday look actually using this palette, and I just love the way that it looks, and it's an amazing, amazing drugstore eyeshadow. Okay, now what do we want to move on to next? Let's go on to eyeliner. I think I'm going to start with my favorite pencil liner. My favorite drugstore pencil liner of the year has been the Jane Water Resistant Eyeliner in black. This is amazing. It's sort of like one of those automatic twist up type of pencils, and it's so creamy, it's so black, and it wears so well. I have it on my tight line, my waterline, as well as my upper lash line today, and it's just an amazingly creamy, pigmented, long-wearing liner. And of course, I have to mention this too on side of it, the L'Oreal Carbon Black Extra Intense Liquid Eyeliner Pencil. This is the third one that I went through this entire year, and you can already tell that this one is about done. I love this liner for the waterline and the tight line. It is still one of my favorites. This sort of creeped up come October time and, you know, kind of replaced it. I haven't even used this since I've gotten this, so that kind of shows that I probably overall do like this one a bit more. But saying how much I use this one throughout the year and how much I recommended it and how much I still recommend it if you're wanting something, you know, even better than the Urban Decay 24/7 liners, I definitely have to give this a mention as well. And then for my favorite high-end pencil, it's been MAC's Prunella Eye Kohl. I am wearing this on my lower lash line today, and I love this liner. It's a beautiful, smoky, kind of very wearable brownie plum color. You can kind of tell it kind of looks black. It's got that barely there plummy tone to it that I think really accentuates plum eye looks very well, and it's just such a wearable kind of color, you know, because it's that perfect sort of everyday plum shade because it does have that blacky browniness to it. So if you're looking for a really, really wearable purple eyeliner, definitely check into MAC's Prunella. I've used this tons this year and it has been my favorite. I also have to give honorable mentions to the Tarte. These are the Skinny Smolder Eyes liners. This one here is in Azurite Green. These are really, really creamy, really pigmented, and super, super long wearing as well. I'll do a little swatch of this on the back of my hand. That color is just gorgeous, and I've really, really liked these liners. I got this in a holiday set, and I use those a lot, especially this fall and winter season. And then the Rimmel Scandalize also was a great drugstore option. This one is in the shade Nude. This has been my favorite nude liner of the year. It's right next to that green over there. It's just such a creamy, nice formulation. And I know a lot of people have loved these throughout the year, and if you're looking for a good nude liner, definitely check into the Rimmel Scandalize Nude color. Let's move on to gel liners. My favorite high-end one of the year has been the Buxom Lash Liner in the shade Leatherette. I've used this tons this year. If you watch any of my tutorials, you know that I absolutely love this. I am actually just about getting done with it. There's not really a whole lot left in here, and I love this liner. It's super creamy. It's really, really intense and really black, which I like, and it's very long wearing. So this is a great, great high-end gel liner. It's also not super expensive. I think it's around the $14, $15 mark. I know some gel liners from higher end brands can be really, really pricey, so I don't feel like that one's too bad. And then my favorite from the drugstore has been the Physicians Formula gel liner strips that kind of come in these weird little block things that you can take apart if you're strong enough. There we go. And you can sort of like use them as Legos. Just you can like build nice little towers with these and stuff. These are amazing liners. I love this brown one here. This is the one that they market for hazel eyes. I also have a backup of the one for brown eyes. They're all kind of the same. I mean, you can choose whatever colors you like. The one for green eyes has a beautiful like blue and green in there. So they definitely come in a wide range of colors. This brown one is gorgeous, and I have had these, you guys, all year, and they have not dried out one bit. They are not coming apart from the corners, and they are still super, super smooth. They're almost like liquidy. They are so creamy. And I can't really say that about any other gel liner I have. Even that Buxom one is starting to dry out quite a bit. But then it has this really pretty black that has this sort of like purpley, pinky shimmer. And then at the bottom of this is a really nice purple shade, which I haven't really used too much, but I should because I feel like it'd be a fun color. But anyway, I love these gel liners. They're just, like I said, super creamy and really pigmented, and they wear really nice. Onto liquid liners. My favorite from the drugstore is the Infallible Super Slim liner from L'Oreal. This is amazing. This has the skinniest little tip to it that you could ever, you know, imagine. And it's so black and so pigmented. Mine is starting to run out, so it's definitely not going to show up as black and as pigmented as it can, but there's just a little swatch of it. You can create really thin lines, you can create really thick lines, basically whatever you want depending on how you hold the pen, but it's just so nice. And the format of having it in a felt tip pen I just find is really convenient, which is why my favorite high-end one is also a felt tip pen. This is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in Cobalt. My boyfriend actually bought this for me over the summer because I was obsessing over the color, and he was like, I'll just get it for you. And I love it. Oh my gosh, the color on this, every single time I swatch this, I just want to cry because it is so beautiful. I'll do a better swatch of that. It's that really super pigmented bright blue shade there. It's such a unique color. Like, it's just sort of like that primary blue kind of shade. It's so pretty, and it's so pigmented and so easy to use. I seriously need to use this product more because it's absolutely amazing, but the formulation of it is so nice and so long wearing, so easy to use, that this has definitely been my favorite high-end liquid liner of the year. Eyeliner swatch is now like all over my head. Let's move on to some mascaras, shall we? These videos are always way too long. I'm going to start with my favorite mascara of the entire year, but I'm also going to put this in a certain category. The best drugstore lengthening mascara in my mind has been the Neutrogena Healthy Lengths, and like I said, this has just been my favorite mascara of the entire year. Out of all these mascaras that I'm going to show you guys, this one is my favorite. But for a great drugstore lengthening mascara, you need to try this. I actually have ran out of this. This tube here is dry, and I need to go to Ulta or something and buy a new one. I just love the brush on this first off. It's got this amazing traditional kind of bristled brush that it just grabs each and every single one of your lashes. I love how the wand isn't ridiculously huge. You know, I can put it next to my eye and I don't feel like I'm going to poke my eye out or like I'm going to play peekaboo here because the wand is so big it covers up like my entire face. And like I said, it just grabs your lashes so nicely. It gives it tons of length and actually really nice volume as well. And just awesome definition. Just overall, it's just been an amazing mascara, but I'm going to put it under the category of best lengthening mascara from the drugstore. As for best high-end lengthening mascara, the Benefit They're Real has been my favorite for the year. This came in a little birthday sample, which I think everybody, if you're a Sephora Beauty Insider, you got this. It's a really amazing mascara. It wears super nicely, at least on me, I find, and it really builds amazing length. I mean, you can layer this and layer this and layer this and really get really intense long lashes. So this has been my favorite high-end lengthening mascara. My favorite drugstore volumizing mascara has been the Voluminous Full Definition. I love this stuff for building lots and lots of volume, giving you the appearance of a lot of lashes. I'm starting to get really tongue-tied because I've been talking so long. But it just really catches each and every one of your lashes, really actually builds pretty nice length, but the volume that it gives is just amazing, and the definition that it gives is really nice as well. And here's just a look at the wand there. It's another one of those traditional kind of bristled wands, sort of got like the spirally shape going on to it, but it just really grabs all of your lashes. It also has vitamin E in it, so it's really conditioning for your lashes, and the volume that it gives is insane. And then for favorite high-end volumizing mascara, the Makeup Forever Smoky Lash. This stuff, you guys, is absolutely insane. I'm wearing it on my eyelashes today. Can kind of see there. It gives really nice volume. Pretty nice length as well, but it makes you look like you have a ton of eyelashes. The wand on this, it's kind of like this weird clumpy traditional bristled wand. It's really not like anything I've ever seen before. And it's got, the bristles on it are very kind of hard. They're not very soft and very giving. They definitely have this hard kind of texture to them. And it just really helps the wand to grab every single one of your eyelashes and coat every single one with mascara, which is why I think that this is such a volumizing mascara. It took me forever to find out what the trick behind this was, but I really feel like those hard kind of bristles grab your lashes and coat them really nicely with this amazingly formulated mascara in the first place. It just gives really nice volume, and I like it. And then two very honorable mentions, CoverGirl Clump Crusher. This is like its own category. If you're wanting an all-around, just amazing mascara, Clump Crusher is the way to go. It really does provide very clump-free volume. volume, and I used it tons this year. It's just a really, really nice overall mascara. And then again, sort of in that category, the Buxom Lash, again, a very overall well-rounded mascara. So if you kind of want to put these in their own category and go just overall a really, really great mascara, CoverGirl Clump Crusher for the drugstore, Buxom Lash for high-end. The Buxom Lash Mascara has this insane wand to it. It's a plastic bristled wand that has a million little bristles surrounding the entire wand. I mean, it is absolutely insane how many bristles are on that wand, so it really gives nice separation. And then the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, again, is a plastic wand. It's got a nice curve to it, really short kind of bristles that grab your lashes and provide a lot of volume without a lot of clumps. So just kind of as two honorable mentions / all-around great mascaras, the Buxom Lash and the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. Finally, onto brow products, and then we are done. I'm going to show you guys my favorite high-end kind of filling in your brows type of product. This is a brow powder, but the next thing that I have is a pencil from the drugstore. So just as a great high-end brow product, the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in Brunette has been the product that I have used all year. I got this for Christmas last year, and all year I've been using this. This is an amazing brow powder. It's got a really nice ashy tone, so it's very flattering on brunette hair. It's not red, it's not too warm. I did go a little bit red with my hair in November, which kind of made me not use this as much during that month. But every single month other than November, I use this, and I use this religiously. I love this product. And then for my favorite drugstore product, and again, another one that I really like, and what I've been really, really liking recently as the red has sort of faded from my hair and I've kind of done just more of a traditional brown shade, this is the Maybelline Define-o-Brow in the shade Medium Brown. I really hated this product for a long time, and something just fell from it. The funny thing about this product is I really did not like it for a long time. I just didn't like the tone of it, and I couldn't get it to work right for me. But I kind of went back to it after neglecting it for a few months, and I just learned how much I love it. And for a great drugstore brow pencil, I would really recommend this to you guys. To brow gels, my favorite from the drugstore has been the Prestige Brow Perfection, what do they call this? Revitalizing Clear Brow Gel. You can get this at Ulta. This is an amazing brow gel. It's so much better than the Maybelline Great Lash, you guys. And a lot of people love that, but I really, really like this a whole lot more. First off, because the packaging isn't completely clear, so if you get it gunky, it doesn't look gross. You can't tell, you know, that there's a lot of gunky brown stuff in there. It just looks like nice packaging, which I really like. And I find that this holds your brows so much better than the Great Lash. It really keeps them in place a lot longer, and I just like the way it works better. And then for a high-end product, the Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel, I have mine in the shade Auburn. This is the product that I use a lot when I kind of wear redder with my hair, and if I ever, you know, do a red tint to my hair, this is the brow gel that I use. I would like it if it was a little bit smaller because, you know, it is a little bit larger than like my brows personally, but it still is easy to get in there and fill them in. And the great thing about this is if you get the tinted version, you really don't have to use any type of product underneath it unless you're really wanting strong eyebrows like I tend to like. But it's a great, like, every day if you're just sort of in a rush and you want to throw something on that's going to perfect your brows but isn't going to take a whole lot of time, you can, you know, use this tinted brow gel, just sort of push it through your eyebrows, and it gives you a more defined look, and it just looks really nice. These don't make your eyebrows feel crunchy at all. You know, you can move your eyebrows and not feel like they are sticking together weirdly. So yeah, these have been my favorite brow gels for the year. And then of course tweezers are really important. This is wrapping up the entire eye category. The Tweezerman tweezers have been my favorite tweezers of the entire year. These little babies are amazing. Definitely worth all the hype. Definitely worth the price tag as well. They stay super sharp. They really pick up every single little hair. And the awesome thing about these two is if you send them back to the company, they resharpen them. So you can basically buy one of these and like have them for life. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Tweezerman tweezers. They have been my favorite for the year. And finally, that is it. We have gotten through my favorite eye products of 2013. I know these videos are really long, you guys, but thank you for sticking with me through it. I hope you guys found a lot of really good recommendations, and let me know if you had or tried any of these products this year, and if they were favorites, you know, for the year of 2013 for you as well. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye-bye.